Today we'll talk about one habit that really changed everything for me in trading and made me a much more consistent trader. One habit, very simple thing, but if you do it, it will get you results. It's very easy to do and we'll dive to it right in this video. This is the time of the year where I'm going back to Canada for the summer. I'm in Bangkok right now, flying in about 6 hours to Vancouver in Canada, spending the summer in Canada, which is always cool. But I'm going to cover something important here for you today, which is one habit that really changed everything for me and made me a consistent trader. Now, I got to bring you back to all the way in 2013 or so when I started trading. For the first 2 years of my trading journey, tried to do it all alone. I was watching blogs. YouTube at the time didn't have too many channels, but still a few. Maybe there was 1 or 2 podcasts, and that was about it. For the most part, tried to learn strategies on my own, try to study the market, look at the chart. Every week I would try different things. I would try a new strategy, go back and forth. And of course, didn't have much success with it for these first 2 years. Then for some reason, I thought eventually, well, there's people out there who are good traders. Why don't I try to network with them? I learned a lot in university about networking and kind of connecting with people, but I thought, why not do this with, instead of like work stuff, traders, and actually connect with traders that I can maybe learn from or just kind of share advice with. So I started to research meetups in my area in Montreal. There was a few trading meetups at that time that I could attend. I started to go to these, start to hang out with traders. And that very first meetup I went to Montreal, in these first 2 hours of that meetup, I learned more than in the past 2 years of trading. Just in 2 hours, which is insane. Also, there was a really big aspect of learning and trading that came from being around other traders. Not just strategies, like we didn't talk strategies, but we talk a lot about mindset, about how you deal with losses, what you do when you have a few losses, what the win rate means to you, and how traders really react differently when they have losses. And right from that meetup, I got hooked about the idea of being around traders and surrounding myself with people who've achieved what I want to achieve and who are ahead in the journey. And I decided to just do that. So I thought, well, I'm going to interview traders and talk to traders to learn how they do things and learn how they behave. First of all, it's not going to teach me strategies necessarily, but it's going to improve my mindset. It's going to help me to stick to things that I know work. So I started the Desar podcast, which has been going on now for, I would say, very close to 10 years now. We have more than 500 episodes published so far from traders around the world who are making a living out of this. Some focus more on psychology, some are more on the strategies and actual live trading. Some are more a mix of both. But really the key is not to learn strategies every week. You don't want to kind of change your style or change your approach every week. The things you learn from traders when you're around them is a lot of the mindset. You learn a lot how they react to things. And honestly, you gain a lot of consistency, not in your results, but in your habits and things you do every day. Think about this. If I'm going to be around traders every week, talking to them, listening to how they do things, kind of hearing the routine, hearing what mistakes they've made, how they went back on track, I'm not going to fall short really much. I'm going to be very much on track. I'm going to follow my same routines because I know that's kind of what I'm feeding my brain with every week. And I don't even have to think about it that much. I don't have to try to force myself to do these things because it's all natural to me. I hear this every single day or every single week, and I don't have to force these routines in my day-to-day life. Now, the other thing that also makes a big difference there is not just the fact that you learn about mindset and stuff, but you build some kind of network. Now I'm at a place where if I want to try to scale up my trading, I want to kind of know how to increase my size, which I've done a lot over the past few years, but let's say I want to try to improve that. I can reach out to that person I know who's done this before, who is an expert at that, who I know has the same lifestyle than I have, who's not too different and really kind of focuses on the same type of trading I focus on. I can reach out to that person now and learn from them. Way too often we try to learn from people who are doing something different than what we actually want to do. So that does make sense for me to learn from a scalper who's trading like 10 hours a day and like really active in the market. I could learn a couple of good mindset stuff from him, but I'm not going to learn about strategies or size or scaling up from that scalper because it's a whole different game to what I want to do, the lifestyle I want to have, and the trading style I focus on. Now, I know for a fact people will say, oh yeah, of course you're connected. You have all this network of traders you can always contact. They know you, you're on YouTube, so it's easy for you to reach out and connect with them. And the actual truth is I didn't have any of that when I started. I had no contact, no traders that I knew. No one introduced me to these guys in the beginning. I had no way to reach out to them. I just kind of did it and let the odds play in my favor. A very simple habit you can build on yourself is to every single week reach out to 5 people, 5 traders you know or don't know about. Could be authors of books, could be people you see on YouTube, people that you've read about, people you've seen interviews of. online, anyone who's out there somewhere. You can reach out to them. They'll have an email somewhere. They'll have a contact form somewhere on the website. They'll have a way to contact them somehow. And if they don't reply, that's totally part of it. And if they don't reply, it's just part of the probabilities that some people won't reply, some people will reply to you. Now, the key to this is coming to them with not begging for advice, not trying to ask for their thoughts or pick their brain, which is a stupid term I hate to think about. It's really coming to them with some value, right? I started by interviewing traders. So for me, it was easy to reach out to them and say, oh, would you want to come and share your advice on a podcast? I can spread your word to my audience of traders. Now, back then I didn't have an audience and everyone knew that, but I still had a kind of podcast going on. And you got to have that one person to say yes, and then you just kind of roll with it. But even if you don't want to do a podcast or stuff like that, just reach out to people and just add value. Connect with them. You see someone who's in, let's say, Italy for a while, then you can reach out to them and say, oh, I would love to invite you to dinner and talk trading. That person might say yes, might say no, but also might say yes, so you might as well do it. And sometimes you form just the best connections that way. Now, the cool thing about this and why we shared this here and why I believe in this a lot is because I still do this today. Every single week, me or my team reach out to new traders. We try to connect with people. I have a lot of the same circle I kind of like to learn from and like to talk with, for sure. But we can connect with new people and kind of keep the podcast going on every single week, where I talk to traders, I can ask them questions, sometimes offline, sometimes in the interview itself. And I get to learn a lot from them and also apply it to my own trading sometimes. Plus, it keeps me consistent in my routines. But anyone can do this. It's not a thing that only me can do or only certain people can do. Everyone has an email address. Everyone has a phone, more so. Everyone has a laptop, also more so. So you can actually do this. You can reach out to people. I know YouTube and the content online is really powerful, but there's nothing that's going to beat a one-to-one connection, a talk with someone at a bar or in a restaurant sometimes, and that's just really powerful. So I want to know in the comment section below, tell me if you're going to apply this. If you're going to use my advice, tell me in the comment section below. Or if not, tell me why too. I want to know why you won't use this and why you won't do it. Because I'm an introvert, I don't want to do that. I'm an introvert too, can probably notice that. So let me know your thoughts below. If you want to see how I trade my strategies, I'll leave a link over here on the screen. And that will teach you about my main trading style, my core strategy, which I use these days in stocks and Forex to trade daily charts and weekly charts. I'll also leave a training below. This is really if you want to go more in depth and kind of learn more about my advanced techniques for that strategy. It's totally free, but it's a bit more advanced than what you see on YouTube. Check it out. I'm going to go catch my flight and I'll catch you back here in the next video pretty soon. Ciao.